Hi guys, welcome back to my amazing kitchen. And if you are new here, kindly click on that subscribe button right now and join the amazing family today. In this video, we are going to be cooking something simple and something super delicious. We are cooking palm oil stew called Froyi where I come from. A very delicious one you are going to love. So let's get right into it. To season our stew, we are going to be needing some paprika powder, chili powder, garlic powder, and some onion powder. We also need some salt and coriander seeds, fennel seeds, aniseed, and some rosemary. You also need my homemade all-purpose marinade, which you can sub with any ginger paste. And we also need some sliced onion. And these are the tomatoes that I'm going to be using. They are canned plum tomatoes, but you can use fresh tomatoes as well. And I'm going to be using fresh fish. This is silver fish called Mwamwenyai, where I come from. You can use any other fish you prefer or any other protein for that matter, but typically it is made with fresh fish. I cleaned my fish and I cut it into sizable pieces, and I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt. You can do that to taste, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon of my homemade all-purpose marinade, which contains pepper, onion, garlic, ginger, a whole lot of goodies. If you don't have this, just blend your own paste and add it to your fish and season it really well and set it aside. Our fish is beautifully marinating away, so we are going to blend our tomatoes, and you want to do that together with the fennel seeds and the anise seeds and the rest of the seeds, and blend until very smooth and set it aside for later. We are now going to go ahead and put this beautiful stew together. In my saucepan, I'm heating up a little bit of palm oil. And when it's nice and hot, I'm going to add my sliced onion, and I'm using 1 shallot and 1 red onion, but you can use any onion that you have. You want to fry until it is very soft and tender, and then add your homemade all-purpose marinade. This contains pepper, like I said earlier on. It's a very good all-purpose paste that I use for almost everything, and if you follow my channel, I'm sure you know that by now. But feel free and use any paste that you have. Add your blended tomatoes and mix everything together. Next, you want to go ahead and add your paprika powder, chili powder, your onion powder, and your garlic powder, and continue to mix until it is well combined. Allow the tomato mixture to cook on a very low heat for about 10 to 15 minutes until the oil begins to settle on top, making sure to stir in between so it doesn't burn. When your stew gets to that point, you want to add your marinated fish, and you want to put it in a way that you will submerge it into the sauce, and it will cook beautifully with the tomato stew together, so the fish will infuse its flavors into the stew. Now season with a little bit of salt, and remember the fish is already seasoned with salt as well, so you don't want to add too much, and then mix everything together. Once the fish goes in, you want to minimize your stirring, or you do it very carefully so you don't break it apart. Allow it to cook on medium-low heat until the oil is fully settled on top. And as soon as the oil settles on top, your Froyi or palm oil stew is actually done. But I like to add extra veggies for crunch, for color, and for extra nutrients. So you don't have to do this, but if you have some vegetables lying around, you can throw it in there and it will be very delicious. So as you can see, this dish is very similar to the Fante Fante dish, but there is a slight difference in the way it is cooked. Once I add my vegetables, I'm going to cook it for extra 2 minutes and our stew will be ready, because you want your vegetables to be firm and not soggy. Well, at least that's how I like mine. And that's it. Your palm oil stew or Froyi is ready to be served with whatever you want to serve this dish with. But since this dish reminds me so much of home, I had to have mine with some dokun, which is fanti kinky. Just look at that. When was the last time you had fanti kinky? It was so delicious with this stew. But as you can see, you can serve this with yam, with rice, with your plantain, cocoyam. Anything you would have this stew with is going to be delicious. So if you are looking forward to spice things up in your kitchen, I hope you try this super delicious and easy to make palm oil stew that I know you are going to enjoy and love. So until I come your way next time with another amazingly delicious recipe, please remember that cooking should always be fun and exciting. So try to cook each meal with love and see it radiate through the hearts of your family. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you in my next video. Bye.